Hello everyone. This is Johnny Plays, and I'm with special guest Damian today, and we'll be just going through like a tier list of Kanto Pokemon. Now, this isn't really like it's more like personal, so it's not really like how it performs in the games or how it performs in competitiveness. Although we'll probably talk a bit about that. But yeah, you want to introduce yourself, Damien?
Yeah, hey, my name's Damian. Here just assisting John as a special guest today.
Nice, nice. You got any thoughts on any of your favorite Pokemon?
Definitely have a few favorites in Gen 1. There's some real goodies in this one.
Nice, nice, nice. So yeah, I think with the tier list, we'll go through with you know what we consider design wise, what we enjoy playing in the games, and probably competitive if you've used any of them, or yeah, just overall. So obviously, if you hate a Pokemon, we'll probably just have a back and forth, and then sort of put it in between. So if you're like, oh, that's an S class, I'm like, that's a D class. Well, I don't know, we might just say it's a B for argument's sake. What do you reckon?
Mm, Yep, sounds good.
Nice, nice, nice. Well, start off, Bulbasaur. What are your thoughts on Bulbasaur?
I like Bulbasaur's design. It's good.
It's definitely an S
Um,
class design.
it's definitely good for a playthrough as well.
Yeah, yeah, grass poison's good typing. It's got good for a first stage. It's pretty good. Obviously, it drops off later on, but yeah, yeah. Design wise, I really like
I'd probably put it in about B tier.
B tier. Yeah, I'd go with that too. I think depending on the type of game that you're playing, if you're playing a purely solo, it's probably there. But gets really good move sets, gets sleep power, especially in the later games, gets it very early. Um, yeah, but yeah, B. I'm happy with B. Yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously, competitive wise, if we're talking BGC, it's probably down here
yeah,
somewhere.
it's going to be in D.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But this is just an overall. Um, and honestly, who couldn't love Bulbasaur? It was actually my first pick when I first played Red and Blue all these years ago. I actually had Blue version, but yeah, I picked the Bulbasaur line and made Brock a joke. All right, Ivysaur, what do you reckon?
I'd probably put Ivysaur around the same B tier, but probably above Bulbasaur, because it is more useful in stats and playthroughs.
Especially later games where you can get an Eviolite, so it can actually somewhat compete with Venusaur. And
Yeah,
if no one knows, with the way Pokemon works is the move sets will, as you evolve, actually get later to get certain moves. So sometimes it's more beneficial to hold off, but most of the time it's not. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't mind Ivysaur. Yeah, I love it in Smash Brothers. Yeah, yeah. If you don't know, Smash Brothers Pokemon Trainer has Charizard, Squirrel, and Ivysaur, and that's my favorite form. All right, I'm putting Venusaur as A tier. What do you reckon?
yep, I agree with A tier. Probably the top of A tier. Doesn't quite make it to S.
Yeah, I wouldn't say yes. Like, I, I'm not really a fan of the design. I actually prefer these two designs over. In terms of gameplay, it's always performed well regardless of the game. I think the only time it struggles is like psychic gyms, stuff like that. But even I did a Gen 5 run recently, and I was just going like minimum battles, and it easily killed the minimum battles, even though it's a fire type gym to start with. Um,
Mm.
sleep power at level 13. It's a monster when it gets started. You can do sunny day, double your speed and competitiveness. Um, I think Michael was using it recently in our doubles tournament, was he?
Yep, he was.
Yeah, yeah, and honestly, it always performs well. You know, I even get a sort of a blue team just to sort of muck around. I tried all three different stars, and the Venusaur one performed the best out of all of them. Yeah. Any other thoughts? Or
Yeah, no, I think he deserves to be an A. Doesn't make it to S.
for me, Charming is a C, but I'd like to get your opinion on that one.
He's definitely one of my favorite appearance looking Pokemon, so I would definitely have him in B.
Mm.
Just based on his appearance and cuteness factor.
Yeah, yeah. He's probably the most popular of the Gen One stars, especially his final form is Charizard. But
Yeah,
Charmander himself, I've never been too impressed with him. You know, maybe it's because I'm judging him on his other forms. Like, if I was to say Charizard, I'd probably have him in probably A tier, but Charmander, mm, I know he's fairly weak. And you're really trying to get him evolved early. Unlike Bulbasaur, where I feel like you need to evolve him as early. But yeah,
yeah, agreed that his design is definitely better, but then he lacks the moves and the abilities to get him through.
Charmeleon. Thoughts?
I'd put Charmeleon, I think, between Ivysaur and Bulbasaur.
Okay. Thoughts?
Has some of the cool design that Charmander has, loses the cuteness.
Yeah, has a
Um,
cool factor.
he gets, but then the cuteness that he loses, he gains better moves and abilities to get him pushed over the line over Bulbasaur, I reckon.
Yeah, and it actually becomes kind of useful at that point. Like, you can take on Misty if you're playing Kanto. If you're playing some of the other runs, you can take on like rock gyms and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, his stats are just high enough where you can actually overcome some of the weaknesses of fire. Yeah, the
yeah.
yeah. I don't really have much more to say about Charmeleon. Charizard,
Charizard.
I think easy top of A tier personally. But
He's at least top of A tier. I think in Gen 1 he doesn't sneak his way into S tier.
no. He struggles a lot. Especially when you get to Elite Four and you get to Lance. He struggles
Yeah,
with Lance. Like every time there's a Lance in the game, he struggles because the Gyarados absolutely annihilates him. The Aerodactyl with any rock moves will annihilate him. Four times weak to
and then just
rock.
Dragon in general just being strong against fire.
I will say, if we're talking X and Y with Mega evolutions, he's probably easily one of the best Megas. You know, probably either form. Uh, I think personally, a lot of people love Charizard, regardless. You know,
Yeah,
the design is so iconic. When people think of Pokemon, they think of either Charizard or Pikachu, in my personal opinion.
I think Eevee sneaks in there as well.
Do you think people know Eevee more than Charizard?
If you're going by everyone, I'd say so.
Oh,
If
okay.
if you're talking everyone, especially since they had the whole "Let's go Eevee, let's go Pikachu" that raised even more Eevee awareness.
You a big Eevee fan?
I do like a good Eevee.
True, true, true. Obviously, if I'm talking in game, competitive, I think Venusaur in his pure form. But if we're talking Mega Stones, I would say Charizard. Or if we're talking G Max in Gen 8, probably Charizard
Mm.
because I give a lot of love with Charizard.
Yeah, I'd put Charizard over Venusaur for the coolness factor as well.
Coolness factor.
Yeah,
Design, I think it looks the best out of all the Kanto stars.
yeah,
It's obviously not cute, but it's cool, and I actually really like his mega forms as well. Yeah, both of them. I think especially
yeah,
the X one, the dragon one. The black.
yeah. If we're talking Mega Forms, he'd make it into S.
Design wise, I really love. I think out of all the first stage Kanto guys, I think he looks the cutest out of all three. In
Yeah,
terms of how he plays, um, I think he's just a little bit better than Charmander, but not by much. You know. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Like he's always good as a first pick. Like regardless of runs you do, he'll beat the first gym in most games. You put him in, you know, except for Gen 5, actually. He was the only one out of these three that didn't make it past the first gym in Gen 5 for minimum battles because he's more of a tank. They put his stats in defense and special defense.
yeah. Definitely the best design wise of the starting three. Brings back those old memories of the sunglasses in the Pokemon show too.
Ah, true, the Squirrel Squad.
Yeah, it scored or scored.
Yeah. Are you happy to put him there and B? Sort of in between the other three?
Yep, I think he fits perfect in there.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, this is going to be controversial. What are your thoughts on Wartel?
I don't mind War Turtle. He's not as cool looking as the other middle evolutions of the starters. He's definitely at least below Charmeleon. I would be tempted to put him below Squirtle but above Charmander in B tier.
You're in BG.
Yeah,
I'm always disappointed how he plays, although Gen 5 onwards, the Eviolite actually works really well with Wartel. He just doesn't have any offensive power, but defensively, with Shell Smash, he can be okay.
mm,
Um, Mono were kind of boring. I really don't like the designs. Like I'm like, what's with his ears? The tail. Like you replace a really good tail here with this weird mermaid look. Honestly,
yeah.
for me, he's a C tier, but I could be convinced on B tier if you got a good argument why.
He's he's either bottom of B or top of C, one or the other. I think he's just more useful than Charmander, even though Charmander's design is better.
Yeah, just for the design alone, I'd have Charmander above him, but Gameplay,
Yeah,
obviously,
he does.
water types always do well. Um,
Yeah, he
you know,
doesn't really improve much from Squirtle.
no,
I'm happy for him to be top of C tier.
yeah, I don't know. I'll put him in C. Obviously, if we're talking about performance wise, he's probably up here somewhere. Um,
Yeah,
you know, on most games, they start out, either rock type or the flying gym and Johto, or obviously exceptions Gen 5 with Black and White 1, but Black and White 2 is a normal gym. He's going to get you through most of the first gyms. The
yeah,
later gyms he'll struggle with just because he doesn't do much, if you know what I mean. If we're talking late games, I think the fire and grass do better.
yeah. Agree.
Blastoids, I think B tier, but my reasoning is love the design. I love the cannons. I don't, especially as a kid, I don't know of anyone that didn't like the guns. Unfortunately, the guns don't
Cannon.
mean much
Yep, unless he's using Hydro Pump.
unless you're using Hydro Pump. Especially Stadium. For Stadium alone, I would love to put him up here just because it looks so cool when he shoots the cannon.
Yeah,
In terms of how he plays in the game, he's just a pure water starter that gets you through the first gym until you capture a better water, water Pokemon.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Stats focus too much on being tanky.
Yeah. Later games though he does get Shell Smash, which is interesting.
Mm,
Um, Shell Smash has got its own problems though. Yeah. I've used it a couple times competitively. If you've got a good supporting Pokemon with him, he can get it off, and then he can run train with Surf. After on one Shell Smash.
yeah, I would probably move him up at the top of B tier though. He doesn't miss out for me too much on A tier, just the stats distribution, because the coolness factor's there. The cannons are awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
It's definite improvement from Wartortle.
I will grant. Actually, I'm putting him up because I will give him the fact that every speed run that Fire Red uses Blastoids, or it starts off as Squirrel, evolves into Blastoids. So for that alone, he probably makes it up there.
Yeah, I think we're up to some easy Pokemon distributions now. Yeah,
um,
yeah.
I've never liked the design. Um, doesn't really do much. Honestly, until it evolves, it's kind of eh. There's some funny challenges where they try to beat the game with just a Caterpie. I'm thinking the same thing with Wheel, right? I think of them
Yeah.
almost the same, except I prefer the design of Wheel a bit more than Caterpie.
I also put Weedle above because it gets Poison Sting, which is at least something better than Tackle.
Can cause poison, yeah. Um, Especially if that gets Scab Tackle over. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. What you reckon like that?
Yep, that looks good.
Metapod, if it went for the anime, he'd be probably bottom at D. I don't like the
I would,
design that much, but
yeah, I would
that,
definitely put below Caterpie
yeah.
because if you don't evolve the Caterpie into him, all he knows is Harden.
Oh,
So he
yeah.
just definitely goes below the Caterpie.
And he had to struggle and harden the whole time. Yeah.
Same for Kakuna.
I'm putting him just above because I love the design of Kajuna.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's fair.
Nothing
His design
else.
is pretty good.
He suffers the same as these other three. If you evolve, you just got poison skin and harden the whole game. If you don't
Yeah.
evolve, it's just harden. And there's bug poison, which is not a good typing. It's like grass poison, great typing. Bug poison doesn't really add much. Because you already resist fighting types with the
Mm.
bug type. But yeah. All right, both three. I'm thinking C, but what are you
I'm
thinking?
thinking top of C. I think it's better than a war turtle.
Yeah, I think
From a
so.
design perspective, from the show perspective of the pink Butterfree and the emotional themes of the Butterfree throughout.
Plus the fact that when I first played Ram Blue, sorry, the second time I played it, right, I played it with the Charmander starter, and I didn't know how to beat Brock, so I ended up trading a Caterpie into Butterfree and beating Brock with confusion.
Mm. I'd
Um,
also put it above War Turtle for the utility of being able to get one at level 10.
True. Plus sleep power. So it's always got some sort of use.
Yeah.
Obviously, mid game, you're just going to chuck it, right? And if you're
Mm.
playing solo, it's such a pain, you know, later on, because it really doesn't do enough to justify having it on.
Yeah.
Love the design of Beedrill. Um, if I was here with Michael right now, he'd be like S tier.
Yep. Yeah, no. I'm not a fan of bug Pokemon in general. I'd put Beedrill above Butterfree because of the design.
Yeah, you have to admit, such a cool design. The thing with Beedrill is he never really does that well in most cases. He does get early sword scans, but his stats are just not that great. Like he's like really good early game and then not much. Late game he
Yeah,
always gets walled by better Pokemon, especially fire Pokemon. You
yeah.
know, um,
It's just a Gen 1 thing. They don't really take care of their bug Pokemon. They
no,
didn't give them the right moves or abilities or stats or anything.
and the only time he's ever been good is in Gen 6 Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and maybe Gen 7 when they've given them the Mega Stone.
Mm,
And even then, we're not really talking Beedrill, we're talking Mega Beedrill then. He's good as a Mega, and that's about it, but
yeah.
yeah. PG. I'm thinking D tier.
Yeah.
Um,
D tier above the Kakuna.
it's a flying type. If nothing else, in early Pokemon games, he's good as a HM user. Um,
Yep.
I've got really not much else to say. I don't like this design. It's just a bird. Um, it's always disappointed me. The whole entire PG line disappoints me because you think it would actually be better than it actually is. In terms of how it performs, it's better. Even Kanto is better flying normal types. Unfortunately, PG really doesn't add anything.
Yeah, no. It's definitely the bottom of the rung for bird Pokemon.
Just for design, I really like Pidgeot. Again, mediocre
Yeah.
Pokemon. I'm actually going for a bottom of C for myself. Unless you've got a different take.
I'd put it above War Turtle because of the design of Pidgeotto.
Yeah. Again, HM user for me. I don't really use it for anything else. I like we're going to be getting to Spiro soon, but
Yeah.
in terms of how it performs in the games, it doesn't really do well. I've tried to use this online in competitive, or PGI, and it just doesn't do much.
Mm.
Tailwind setter, you want to try and double the speed, but again, you go Spiro or you could go, you know, go Trio.
Yeah.
I'm thinking C
I
as
would put
well.
yeah, I'd put him above Beedrill though. I think he has more utility than Beedrill does, just for
True.
the fact of the HMs using Fly. He has his moments like in Erica's gym.
Yeah, and obviously, do you know much about the whole they did a Nuz? Oh, no, it wasn't a Nuzlocke. They did that thing online. It was an online event, and they call them Bird Jesus. That's where the meme comes from, where everyone was trying to play the game at once. Like thousands of people trying to play Pokemon Red, and
Nope, haven't heard that one.
yeah, there's a reason why they call them Bird Jesus. Um, so apparently you did well on that, but if you're looking at stats, they're just average. They're like like Mario or something, like just an average Pokemon that doesn't get good moves. Even in the later games, doesn't really get that good moves. Um, Use it for competitive. You put up a Tailwind. Problem is, it's not tanky enough to be a tank. It's not offensive enough to be offensive. It's okay.
Yeah.
Rattata.
You're
I
putting Rattata in D.
I don't mind the. What were your thoughts?
I was thinking the bottom of B under Charmander.
Go on.
So not its appearance, it is what it is. It's a rat, and it doesn't look all that appealing. But you get it nice and early in the game from what level 2.
Yep.
It learns Hyper Fang pretty early as well, and then Super Fang not too long after, which are usable throughout the entire game if you wanted to keep using him as a Rattata, and he's pretty fast.
Yeah. But I guess for a Nuzlocke, he'd be okay. For that. I'm thinking C then, maybe above
Yep.
these two, just because you can always use quick attack. Hyper thing as you said. Although I will grant him one thing. Uh, there was a strat that went around years ago for competitive, and you know what that strat was?
Yeah, what?
It was only for singles, right? There was Endeavour, and it was a level 1 Retailer, right? You use it and you put Endeavour and Quick Attack.
Yep.
So it could beat a level 100 Mewtwo. Because the Mewtwo just say Psychic, he's got an Endeavour, you go down 1 health, and then you do Quick Attack, and a level 1 Retailer can beat a level 100 Mewtwo, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's good early normal type Pokemon. You don't really get too many normal type Pokemon, especially in the updates. You know, Jigglypuff is now a fairy type. That's a fairy normal. Kanto really doesn't have as many normal types, the pure normal types till the late game anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think we could argue that he probably goes at the top of C tier. Um,
Do you know why I'd put him at the bottom of B tier?
yeah.
So he's one of the fastest Pokemon, especially for being something like Eradicate, and he's a great HM slave.
A what?
A great HM slave.
What HMs does he know?
Pretty sure he can get flash and strength, which are not what you want to see on anything that's not him.
True, true, true. I guess Flash is alright, yeah. Um, but then we're putting this guy here just for the HM as well.
And that's true. They're both pretty fast, Pidgeot and Raticate.
True.
So they all have some speed.
I think if you don't care about Flash, you don't really need him. But
Mm.
yeah, uh,
I think he has the edge over Pidgeot because he's got Hyper Fang and Super Fang.
yeah, I grant that. But like comparing the Charmander, I'm like, if you play Pokemon Yellow, Charmander can learn Cut, Squirrel can learn Strength and Surf. So for
Mm.
HMs, like, because you get given these guys for free, these free. For
Yeah.
HMs, you really don't need him at all.
Yep. Sounds
And
good.
yep, Spiro. You can get him at the same time. Oh, just after you beat Brock, you can pick up a Spiro. Um, around the same time that you can just before you enter the cave, and so you could use him
Yeah.
as HM slave, right? Like Pidgey, or probably maybe High C. But the difference between him and Pidgey is you can, well, first of all, he's got better stats, right?
Yeah.
He learns Drill Peck, right, which is a really good flying type move. But you can also trade him for Farfetch. So if you're a cut user, you can trade him and get Farfetch, and then you got fly / cut user. Yeah.
Yep. It sounds good. And his design's not too bad. It definitely beats Pidgey.
Yeah. I've never liked the design of Bureau, but I really admire how well he plays. Although, again, this is a problem with both Pidgey and Spiro, Pidgeot and Spiro, is that there's a much better normal flying type that we'll be talking about a bit later on, which
Mm.
surpasses all of them. Um,
I think I'd put Firo bottom of B tier. Just stats wise, the drill pack, the occasional mirror move when needed.
yeah, and
Design isn't terrible, but it's not great.
true, and you get him early on if you play like a Nuzlocke or something. If not, he's still a good HM flyer. Like that's the reason why we have him so high. Yeah, he's always got his usefulness. Um, Ekans. I've never really been a fan of Ekans, but I do admire the fact he gets in Gen 3 onwards, he just intimidate. Otherwise, it's just, and Glare in Gen 1. Otherwise, it's just an okay poison type.
Yeah, no, I don't really like Ekans at all. I'd probably put him at the top of D tier. The only way I would let him into C tier is probably because of his name. I like how spelling it backwards is Snake.
Yeah. I don't mind
Same.
the design of Arbok though. Like it's funny, right? I'm not a fan of the design of Ekans, but I don't mind the design of Arbok. He always performs okay. He gets intimidate, like really good for competitive play. And it's okay you know in the regular games. He's got glare. He's got okay attack, but he's just mediocre.
Yeah, I'd probably put him below Butterfree.
You reckon?
Definitely. Yeah. His stats are just terrible. He doesn't have
It's
any
better
stat
than a
piece.
bug Pokemon though. Like if you had to do a
They at
solo
least,
play, right, and you had to pick either go Butterfree, Beedrill, or Arbok, I think you could beat the game fast with Arbok than these two, right?
probably, but he just doesn't shine anywhere. He doesn't have a stat that makes him do something better than the others. He's just average all around. Whereas Beedrill and Butterfree at least have some speed and they've got something going for them.
I will say though, for competitive play, that Intimidate can be very useful.
Mm,
Pikachu. Um, I don't mind Pikachu. Big Pokemon mascot. A lot of people like him. Um, he's very useful to capture early on, especially against Misty. Although he's very glass cannon. I've always noticed that about him. Yeah, he hits hard, but he can't take a hit.
yeah, definitely the mascot of the franchise. His design is great. His design alone is probably S tier.
Yeah,
Um, he has a whole game about him, Yellow, Pokemon Yellow, just all about Pikachu.
and
I'd
let's
definitely
go.
put him probably top of B tier, I think.
Oh, I wouldn't put him on top though.
I'd put him at least above Bulbasaur.
Yeah. Problem is when you actually play him in the games, he's just okay. Um, if you play
He
solo,
definitely,
he's down here because electric
yeah,
types do not do well in LO games,
no,
especially something as fragile as him.
yeah, he definitely struggles early as well. If you're having him against Brock,
Yeah, Misty's okay, and later games though they do give him the light ball, which doubles his
yeah,
special attack, and if you put him in stadium, you can get surf, so you can take out the rocks and that. So
yeah,
him with surf, he's pretty good early game. I love Raichu. He's always been the
yeah,
one I've always prefer out of all the electric types. It's funny, right? Because most people know Pikachu, they don't know his older brother. But
yeah. They just know the Pikachu based on all the marketing and all of that kind of stuff.
I know, and I always prefer Raichu, and always gets let out in the Gus because his stats are okay for a final form. As the games have progressed, so his stats have gotten sort of they're okay. But he's got lightning rod. If nothing else, that's very useful in doubles. Singles, it's okay. You know, it's nothing to write home about. Yes, fake out, which is not too bad. You know, he's got a fairly all right stats. He's got good phys- physical and special, so he can sort of do both. He's got a really good speed stat. Most Kanto games, though, he gets absolutely slewed. Uh, in fact, if we're talking solo, he probably doesn't do that well.
Yeah, no, definitely D or C tier for solo.
I had speed this other guy that does a lot of solo runs, speed runner, and he did a Raichu run of Pokemon Black 2. Absolutely trash because all his best moves were locked in the post games. So like Focus Blast and all that. So the Elite Four was a killer for him. I really like Sandscrew just for his design. Um,
Yeah,
he's Pokemon Blue exclusive, but he's a good HM user. Um, he's probably the best ground, like his fire evolution is probably the best ground type. But I don't know. I think at least for HM wise, he's good. Nothing else. He's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like his design. It goes into a ball and like a normal armadillo, pretty much taking that as the standpoint for him.
True on the show.
Yep.
I love Sandslash's design. Um, he's got pretty good stats for a ground type. Uh, he gets good move pool, rock slide, earthquake, sword stance. Uh, he does okay in the games. His ability doubles the speed in Sandstorm, which is pretty good if you pair him up with a Tyranitar or a hip Paladon or something like that in doubles. I don't really see him much in doubles, but solo play is okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. His design is definitely awesome. He I wish he was better than he is, but he is a pretty good ground user, and I think he's probably above Raichu.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm leaving. I don't know. I was so close to putting Raichu in A tier. I just couldn't do it. Yeah. There are female. Uh, I hate the design.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
only
the
like the
design of
design once it gets the Neo Queen. These two. It's a Mario Poison until it evolves. Doesn't really add much until you get the evolution. Although if you get it early on, you can evolve. Solo wise, you wouldn't really. You just try to evolve it quick.
there's only one thing I think of when I think of female Nidoran, and that's Fury Swipe, which is pretty average.
What's that do?
So Fury Swipe's hitting 2 to 5 times, just a normal
Oh,
attack.
true, true, true. And I'd say the same thing here. This one, you know,
Yeah,
the Gem
agreed.
8. By the way, you know, in Gem 1 there, learn Gig. It's
Yeah, that
really,
just makes them even worse.
yeah, makes it even worse. Yeah, Queen, I think somewhere in B tier.
I was going to say A tier. I think Nidoqueen does pretty well. Stats wise, the design isn't the worst. It's okay. It's definitely an improvement from the first two.
Mm. Oh, 100%. You know, if we're just talking
Um,
um, how versatile is, you know, Neo King and Neo Queen go up here, right? Like speedrunners will always use Neo King in red and blue. I don't know if you know that, um,
mm,
but I mean, it pretty much goes hand in hand with Neo King.
yeah,
You know, wherever she goes, Neo King sort of depends if you prefer more defensive or offensive.
yeah. I think I would put them in A tier like that with Nidoking above her.
I love Neo King. Always love the design. Neo Queen, I love the fact that they're both got the first female and male, you know,
Yeah.
duo. Um, yeah, I'm happy with that. You want to say anything more about Neo King since I skipped straight to him?
Nope, I think he's good. So is Nidoqueen between Earthquake, Fissure, just Horn Drill. Great moves that they can just get to stab down anything.
Can get Funga Bolt, can get Blizzard, Ice Beam, Surf. Um, yeah, regardless of the game, they can learn a tremendous amount of moves. They're both mixed attackers as well, which means you're not really favouring one or the other. Gen 5, they get Sheer Force, which is pretty good. Yeah, I think they're pretty well good. I
Yeah.
like the I like the design.
Yep.
That's about
I like
it.
Nidorann's design, male Nidoran.
Yeah. The fact is that you get it early on. Speedrunners will quickly try and evolve it. That's about it. Personally, I don't like the design of this one.
Yeah, no,
It's the
I'm not a
same
fan of
thing.
Nidoran
Like,
male either.
as soon as you get this, you want to evolve it to Nidoking. Like, there's no
Yeah.
point in keeping this around. Once you have a Moonstone, you're like, yeah, uh, it goes okay. It's just a mono
Yep.
poison. It's a lot of
The
mono.
only the only upside of Nidorino is double kick, and that's where he ends.
Yeah, yeah. But then he can learn double kick and yeah.
Yep.
Clefairy, Clefairy, Clefairy. What are your thoughts on Clefairy?
Painful trying to catch a Clefairy.
We also have to talk about Gen 1 to 5. It's normal type. And then Gen 6 onwards is fairy type.
Mm.
Changes a few things.
As
Um,
a normal type, definitely low on the list.
yeah, it's okay stats. It's never really performed
Uh,
well as a normal type. As soon as it becomes a fairy, it honestly, you know what's funny is Jason's team. I
yeah,
what I put there was I put a fairy in, not Clefable, because Clefairy with an Eviolite and Follow Me is very hard to kill. It's really good supporting Pokemon if nothing else. Because it's also got Friend Guard, which reduces the moves per your allied Pokemon.
yeah. Um,
Competitively, it's a good supporting Pokemon.
yeah. I think the move set that it gets when you get it is just too volatile. Its design is okay. It isn't anything special. Its rarity, trying to catch it, is just so painful and is time wasting.
If you start off with it though, it has Metronome.
If that's true, but then you're just going all in on luck.
Why not gamble? Um, I like the design of Clefairy as well. I think apparently it was supposed to be the mascot Pokemon until Pikachu became so popular.
Hmm.
It's kind of weird to think about because it's not that great of a design. It's good. So
I
I
was thinking of
reckon,
putting the fairy. Yeah, I would have said, but just before Rattata or somewhere around there. So top of C.
I reckon top of C for sure. I think it performs okay in the games. Uh, Competitively, it's pretty cool because it's fairy type. Same with Clefable. Uh, Fairy's kind of broken at the moment, but
Yeah, I think being fairy type gets it that boost. I think if it was just the normal type we were talking about, it would be the middle of C, but then the fairy gets it to the end.
it's got good special attack, I guess.
Mm.
Honestly, I don't really see much different. I kind of prefer the design of Clefairy over Clefable. It's kind of the same thing as Neo King, Neo Queen. You want more offensive, you go for this. If you want defensive, you go for the first form and give it an
Mm.
Eviolite.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
know what do you mean you don't see any changes? It clearly gets some wings and it gets a bit taller.
true. I prefer the cuteness factor. Plus the colour is a bit, yeah.
Yep, I agree with its placement. I love
I
the design of Vulpix.
I do too. I don't love it, but I like it.
I
Uh,
really love the design of Vulpix. I don't know what it is about it.
it's an AK fire type. If you don't start with Charmander in blue version only, you can capture one of these midway and then use it to fight Erica. In other games, it can be there. It's all right, you know. Competitively, well, obviously, most of these Pokemon first stage ones aren't very competitive viable. But yeah, it's okay.
Placement looks good.
I'm actually thinking S tier for Ninetales.
I would have gone A tier. I don't think Ninetales stands up with some of the Pokemon that we're gonna have coming.
I'll explain why I thought. Uh, yeah, you're right. I won't put it S tier. Skip me A tier, but I'll explain now. For solo play, it's okay. It's a fire type like every other fire type. In fact, for solo play, it kind of sucks because it's a Stone Evolution. Stone Evolutions don't often learn new moves. So when you
Mm,
play, Fire Red and you hack the game and you make Ninetales, it doesn't do that well. It goes okay just because until you get the moves. It just has amber the whole time. But stat wise, it's really good.
yeah,
And then I think Gen 5 onwards, it has drought. But competitive wise, if you love the Sun team, like these three,
yeah,
Ninetales is a really good one to put in the team because it'll bring out the Sun. It's got good stats. It's tanky enough it can last, but it's got the offensive and speed. 100 speed, it's not too bad. Um, with Sun, you're either picking this or you're picking Torkoal. And the difference between this and Torkoal is this one's pretty pretty fast, whereby Torkoal is more a defensive war.
mm.
And a lot of
It's
players
des-
prefer Ninetales over Torkoal.
yeah, its design is pretty cool, but I think Vulpix's is cooler. Just the colors on Vulpix, I feel like it could be really cool, but they messed up the colors. They just went with like one color and a bit of another. If they'd gotten more involved with the colors in the design, I think they could have made it look a lot better.
True. And plus, I wish that they gave it a psychic type. Imagine that. Like you evolve from, it would differentiate it more in the older games. All right, Jigglypuff. This is a trash Pokemon, but has a really good design.
It's giving me PTSD from the animated series of it singing and putting them all to sleep all the time.
Plus, it's a Smash Brothers character, so it can't go in D tier just for that alone. It's the inferior brother to Clefairy. I'll say that. Everything Clefairy can do, Jigglypuff does it worse.
Yeah,
Um,
its design is okay. I think I like its design about the same as Clefairy.
I would agree with that. Um, Wigglytuff, I hate the design.
Yeah,
Uh, it's the same thing as Clefable, only it's slightly worse. Everything
Yeah,
like if you look at stats, movesets, and all that, it's normal fairy. Which why just make it pure fairy. The normal type only gives a ghost immunity, which who cares? But then it makes fighting types neutral to it instead of resistant.
I'd probably put it above the Jigglypuff. I think it sits nice above it because of its tankiness. It has a ton of HP, even though its design is worse.
Mm.
It can have some good strategies with minimize and different things going on.
Yeah, but like if you were running a solo game of say Fire Red, you're picking him or you're picking him.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah. Um, Zubat is I don't like Zubat personally.
Zubat for me is below the Metapod. It's the very bottom for me.
All right, explain.
I hate Zubat. Its design is terrible. It only makes me think of caves, is all I think of when I think of a Zubat, and I hate it. Seeing a Zubat every 2 seconds while walking through a cave, and then if you wanted to kill the Zubat, all it knows is to use what's it called, Leech Life to just irritate you, and also Confuse Ray to irritate you. All it is irritating. It's the most irritating Pokemon in the game.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's I think it's a little bit better than the bug Pokemon. Um, you can't use it as HM slave like Pidgey, so I can't really put it above Pidgey in that way. Yeah, I don't know. Well, at least you could use it somewhat, right? Um, Design wise, it's not. I don't like the design. I think it's very. Yeah. And the funny thing
Yeah.
is, we're talking design. I do not like Golbat.
I don't like Golbat's design. I'd put it above Zubat because I think it's slightly better. And at least when it's evolved, it gets some things going for it, even though it's not much.
Mm.
If we were talking the original designs from Red, Blue, and Yellow, have you seen its original design
Oh,
where it has
yeah.
its tongue out and stuff?
Yeah, that's hilarious. Um, Competitive wise, it's okay. You can give it an Eviolite, make it tanky. Uh, it has haze. Haze is pretty effective in doubles, tailwind. But honestly, Crobat, which we're not talking Gen 2, but if Crobat was here, Crobat's up here. Like, and I can't stand the remake of Fire Red. You couldn't evolve Golbat till post game. And you know how it evolves, right? Crobat.
Yeah, happiness. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'd constantly try to evolve until you beat the Elite Four.
I would be putting Crobat in B tier just for the happiness factor. There's nothing that was more annoying in Silver and Gold than going to get haircuts in real time every single day to try and get the happiness up.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I've never had trouble evolving this, but yeah, I think it's mediocre Pokemon. It's alright. I
Yep.
almost rarely ever, because it means you have to use the Zubat. I rarely ever use this unless I'm doing an actual solo play. It's alright. Osh. Now, this is a red version exclusive. Um, it's inferior Bulbasaur, really. That's what I think of
Yeah, I do
Irish.
like the design of Oddish. It's good. It has the cuteness going. It does learn a lot of good moves. It's like support moves and status moves.
But like, so unless you pick these two stars, you would never pick Irish up. You know, and even then, like Irish is only useful if you. I don't know. I feel like it's almost pointless to have a grass scar by the time you get it, but it's okay for fighting Misty, I guess.
I think I'd put Oddish just above Nidoran male, I think.
You reckon up here?
Yeah, just for the design and also the moves are more useful than the Nidoran. The Nidoran is pretty much
Yeah,
just horn attack trying to get through it.
I'll grant you that. Gloom,
I hate the design of Gloom. D for
I did not like the
design.
design. Um, the only reason I'm putting it up here is competitively, it's actually pretty useful. Um, because of the Eviolite, so it can be a pretty tanky Pokemon. Otherwise, solo play it's okay. It's just the worst. It, it's funny. Normal flying and grass poison. There's like three of them in the Kanto games. It's kind of funny that way. You don't really get
Mm,
that in any of the other games. But yeah. All the grass poison scars. Maybe C. I'll put it in C.
yeah, I
I
would say
don't
C tier.
I don't really like the design. If I'm picking a poison grass, I'll go for Bulbasaur. If I'm in blue version, obviously you have to go Bellsprout
That's
instead of Oddish. But let's say it wasn't red and blue, but competitively, I the Bellsprout line over the Oddish line most of the time. I like the design of Violet Plume. I really
yeah.
think it's
I like the design.
yeah, really cool. Um, too bad it's another grass poison.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's all right. It's unless you're going to put you down. I think you. I don't think it deserves to be better than Arbok
no,
or even no. I can't. I can't put beyond Watertail. Um, I like the design. I wish it got the fairy upgrade. That would have made it interesting. Grass fairy. Um, Otherwise, it's just another grass poison. And out of all the grass poisons, probably the worst fully evolved one in Kanto.
yeah, yep.
Otherwise,
I
it's,
think it's nice where it is.
yeah, Parasect. Now, hear me out. I've been playing a lot of solo red and blue. You probably noticed that.
Yeah,
HM wise, it's one of the best HM users. It learns gig, it learns cut, and if you get it early on, you don't have to go searching for a sand screw if you're playing blue. And if you're playing red, you don't have to be hunting for one of these. Um, yeah, yeah. Uh, Otherwise, it has spore and 4 times weakness, so it's yeah, it's not. It's kind of trash in the actual game, except for spore.
I would argue it be top of D tier because it is just a worse Parasect, especially its design. It's just a crab with mushrooms on it.
The thing is, I've used it so many times in HM wise. Um,
I'm
yeah,
trying to think of a move it actually learns that's useful.
spore.
That's about it.
100% sleep, which is useful. Just the problem is you won't be alive by the time you use it, which goes the same for him. But
I think he can go bottom of C.
at least high. He's got a high attack. Trick Room wise, he's pretty cool. You use Trick Room and you put him out on the field. You can go Spore and then use like Leech Life or something on the target. Otherwise, this is mediocre Pokemon. You know, with a 4 times weakness, which is never good. You don't want a 4 times weakness. Oh, wait. You know what's funny about him in Gen 1?
What's that?
So, current gens, right? You know his 4 type weaknesses are right now?
No.
Fire, because he's grass bug, right?
Right. Oh, they made him grass bug. I
Yeah,
thought he was your bug.
that would actually make him better, to be honest. The grass type doesn't help him at all. Or vice versa if he's just pure grass. So he's got a 4 times weakness to fire and flying right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see too many flying moves. You see some fire moves. But you know in Gen 1, it's also got 4 times weakness to poison. So he's got 3 4 times weaknesses in Gen 1 only. Yeah.
Yep, definitely bottom of C tier.
Yeah. Is can learn gig useful? About it. But yeah, Spore if he survives. Then that. Don't mind the design. It's a bug poison. It's mediocre stats until it evolves.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like Butterfree, which
Yeah.
looks
It
like
has
this should
the
be the
same
evolution of
drawbacks.
Butterfree. What?
Yeah, same drawbacks as all the other bug Pokemon. All I picture when I look at it is Supersonic and Leaf Fire.
Yeah. Or at least it gets Psychic. You can learn that.
Eventually.
No. TM wise, you can teach it
Yeah.
Psychic.
Yeah.
Which
So
makes it
once you get
better.
to Psychic TMs. Yeah.
Makes it better than Golbat just for that alone. Um, Them off. I don't mind them off. Oh, sorry. I'm thinking high C. Maybe B tier of them off.
Yeah,
Now,
I think bottom of B. I don't mind its design. It looks pretty cool.
design wise, it's good. Bug poison's okay. Typing, it's not bad. It's not great. But it gets Quiver Gance, which is really good in competitive wise. If you pull that off, you can win. You can win games.
Yeah.
Uh, it does pretty well solo games. You know, regardless of the game you're talking about, because he'll get moves like Psychic, he'll get things like Sleep Power, he'll get things like Quiver Gance, he'll get things like Mega Drain or Giga Drain later on, Leech Life. It gets some fairly decent moves, if you know what I mean. And it's more of a
Yeah.
special attacking, which is kind of a weird thing for bug types, because most bug types are more physical, you know, whereby yeah, I think BT for sure. I
Yeah.
think it could easily do very well if you prep it right. And plus, Koga has it on his MMA team, right?
Yeah.
Giglet, Giglet.
As basic as the design of Diglett is, I really like the design of Diglett.
It's got to at least be in C tier. Usefulness wise, you can capture one of these right outside Surge's Gym in Gen 1. It's good. It always learns gig. Use that. Otherwise, it's okay.
Yeah, I think before it gets to its time of learning magnitude, because it doesn't really have it in Gen 1.
Yeah, you know, but before it evolves, it's okay. It's very
Yeah,
glass cannon, but doesn't have the offense that Solar Brother does.
yeah,
Uh, I'm thinking C tier for Dugtrio.
yeah. I think he goes well at the top of C.
It's okay. It's we're talking about ground types. In Kanto, there's only three pure ground types,
Yeah,
and unfortunately, he's the most glass cannon out of all three of them. Really good speed, 120. So performs well there. His attack is okay. I think it's like 80 or something. Um, Learns good range of moves. It has a ringer trap, so if you throw that out, they can't switch out unless they're ghost types. Um, and Michael utilized it to annoy everyone in the tournament. That alone probably gave a couple of people nightmares. Uh, but otherwise, it's good, but it's not great.
yeah, agreed. I think it fits well at top of C.
Meow, meow, meow. I'm thinking C tier as well.
I'm thinking bottom of C tier.
It's okay. It's a normal type. Has payday, which you can make money off. Not much, but yeah, it doesn't really do much. Honestly, Persian's a much better one, obviously, because once it evolves,
Yeah,
it's
not a
just
big
okay.
fan of the design. It's okay.
Yeah, I've never really been a fan of Meowth's design. Massive anime, I guess, but I don't know. Never really cared for it that much. I'm being B tier with Persian, whereby we'll
Yep,
see, like design wise, I don't mind the design.
yep. I like the design of Persian.
It's a
It has
mediocre normal type with technician.
its speed is good.
Speed is good. I think it gets technician, right? And that's pretty good. So pretty strong fake out. It's okay. Doesn't really do that great, but it'll be okay. Like you're talking like a race between that and Radicate. Persian will probably just win out.
Mm.
For some reason, it learns Bubble Beam in Gen 1. Um,
I
yeah.
think its design lacks the same thing as Ninetales. They needed some more color and fix up the colors.
Yeah. But for Gen 1, you can sort of see like everything's very basic. You're right. Maybe if they gave stripes or something, or maybe
Yeah,
dots to make it like a
yeah,
chia, that would
some
be kind of
accents
cool.
on the tail or the paws or something.
Hmm. I agree. Psygok.
From an anime standpoint, I'd put it at D because its noise is the most annoying thing ever.
uh, I the design's okay for me. It's just a duck really. Um, HM user, about it. So minor type word, it's okay.
Is it psychic water yet?
No, Neither is
Yeah,
Golguk.
I feel like they needed to make them psychic water for them to be high.
Yeah, and stat wise, it's okay. Psyduck. Golguk kind of suffers the same thing, but it gets the ability Cloud 9, which is okay. Um, you know what Cloud 9 does? It means it doesn't get affected by the weather. Kind of like Rayquaza.
Yeah,
Just for that. And I like the design better with Golguk, but
yeah,
I can't see myself putting it higher than C tier. Again, it should have been Psychic type. It learns Psychic.
yeah.
And,
It should have been psychic water. That would have been a great combo.
well, we will get to a Psychic Water. Um, it's an okay mono water type if you need a surf user. That's about it. Like, it'll probably go okay in solo plays. Most water types do
Mm.
okay. Menki. What's a Menki?
Um, don't like the design of Mankey or Primate.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I don't know what's wrong with the designs. I think it's the pig nose is the worst part of them.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. Because, like a monkey, but it's not.
Yeah, it's like a monkey, even though they gave it a pig nose and where they were trying to go.
The only thing good is in yellow, if you want to beat Brock easy, you can capture one of these before fighting Brock.
Yeah,
But that was a yellow thing, not red and blue. Red and blue, you can get access to it till much like. Oh, well, so red only. It's a red version. This is blue version, by the way. Um, yeah, you didn't get it till after Brock's gym. Mono flying type, yeah. I'm thinking D tier. You?
yeah, I think he's above Paris.
The only thing I will say is it can learn Fungabolt for some reason. Which it's kind of funny. Um, I tried to use him competitively because now he's got final form. He's got third form. Um,
Yeah, Infernape is a good one. They brought that in, and then it was a great improvement in every way for Mankey and Primate.
but every time they make a third form, that means the second form gets access to Eviolite, which
True.
I tried an Eviolite one of these. It did okay. It's
Mm.
maybe C tier at best.
I
Uh,
think he sits above Parasect the same way that Mankey sits above Paris.
True, I agree. Parasit's yeah. If I had to choose, I'd rather run him over Paraset any day. Growler, can I ask, what was your first game, red or blue?
Yellow was my first game.
Really? Was
Yep.
Growler in yellow?
Oh, Growlithe was in yellow.
Ah,
Yeah, and then after yellow, my first game was blue.
I
Pretty
will
much, I
say,
had blue and yellow at the same time, and never had red.
I will say design wise, I really love Growler. Um, play wise,
I
is
like Growlithe's design. It's not as good as Vulpix's though. I love Vulpix's design over Growlithe.
same here. Gameplay wise, it kind of sucks. Um, he's fire, but the thing is that it gave him a slow growth rate for some reason,
Yeah, and
which
you
means,
also don't get him till late game, do you?
well, yeah, but it means when you try to level him up as well, it takes him
Yeah,
longer to level up than him.
yeah. You get him later, he levels slower.
Yeah. Um, obviously, competitive wise, no one ever runs Growlithe. The Arcanine, I think he's got to be in B tier.
Yep, I would put him above Firo, I think.
Yeah. Again, slow growth rate, right? So if you play solo play, he's okay, but his stats make up for it, right? He's got the highest
Yeah,
stat out of all non-legendaries until, oh sorry, except for Sura legendaries. He's almost a Sura legendary himself. So
yeah,
Sura legendary is like Dragon Knight. I think he's
yep,
got pretty sure he's got 555 stats, maybe.
yeah. He's a great stat user. He's definitely improvement on the design of Growlithe. It looks really cool. I remember when you first see it in the anime when Gary rolls up with his Arcanine.
Yeah, I'm just getting the stats of him now. This is 555. So he's got 90 health, 110 attack, 80 defense, 100 special, 80 special defense, 95 speed. Gets access to extreme speed. He's just an awesome Pokemon. Yeah. So it doesn't matter that he's a slow growth rate because he's got really good stats, fairly good mono fire type. You see him in doubles comps a lot. It's either this form or his Surian form, but we're not talking about that form. He's got
Mm,
Intimidate, lowers the stats of Pokemon. Yeah, he's just a good Pokemon. He's almost up there as legendary. If it weren't for his slow growth rate, he'd be easily S tier for sure.
yeah,
And he's a stone evolution, meaning that you can't learn moves until you get TMs. But otherwise,
yep.
like, yeah, really good Pokemon. Really impressed every time I use an Arcanine. I'm never disappointed. You ever use one in a doubles team?
No,
I think that's what your Mono Fire type was missing, an Arcanine.
yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah, he's always good. Poliwag, what are you thinking?
Its design, if it didn't have the weird pink mouth, the design would be better.
Yeah,
It is a really good water Pokemon early.
honestly, for Kanto, we're talking mono water type, like just pure water types. It's probably up there as A tier. Like
Yeah,
it's got hypnosis. It's got a good leveling up group. Okay, stats. Uh, honestly, I prefer to run this over Gold Duck. Like,
yeah,
like, like
it's
if you
definitely
said,
better
"Oh,
than
I've got a
Golden.
race," just the hypnosis alone and it gets amnesia. But in later games, it's okay. I don't know, maybe
I
C tier.
think it's just above Gloom, I reckon.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Just another water type, same sort of thing. You know, it's okay. You know, in Gen 1, it's probably the fastest out of all of the Pokemon on this list just because it's got Amnesia. And Amnesia is broken in Gen 1. But if we're talking all generations, it's okay.
They
Yeah,
fix its design because they get rid of that pink mouth. They give it some hands now as well.
true. What are your thoughts on this guy?
He's better than Golduck.
Yeah, he's no longer Mono Water. He's a flying type.
Yeah,
Uh, He's a mixed attacker, kind of like Neo King, just not that great. Like he's all right, yeah.
I prefer Poliwell's design to Poliwrath's design.
True. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with C tier.
Yep, I think he's C tier.
Abra, Abra, Abra. Don't like the design of Abra.
I
Annoying
like the
to
design of Abra. The only thing I think of when I think of an Abra is teleport.
teleport. What, like the wild encounter teleporting or you teleporting?
Trying to catch it and it just uses teleport. Trying to train it and it just knows teleport.
True. Yeah, until you evolve, it's kind of annoying. Uh, Solo play, you require TMs to be good. Uh, yeah, I guess D tier then. I will say the only use I've seen is people playing Pokemon Crystal because they can pick it up from a Goldenrod Sea and use it to teleport away from things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
And
have
then the
seen.
other way to get one is from the game corner.
So that's the only time I've sort of seen it being useful. Um, Playing solo, you're gonna get wrecked. Obviously, no one uses this competitively.
No.
This, on the other hand,
Yeah, I like Kadabra.
I
It's
think
a great improvement from the Abra. Definitely top of B tier.
starts with confusion, level 16. Yeah, it absolutely slaughters, man. The only time I've not seen a slaughter is solo yellow version because yellow screwed up his movesets. But every other game, just confusion at the start, does really well. There's a few exceptions like Pokemon Emerald or Pokemon Black and White 1, where this will struggle. Otherwise, yeah, really good power house. Can run an
And
Eviolite.
its stats for a second stage evolution Pokemon are insane too.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. As a psychic type, it's pretty good. You give an Eviolite, you up your special defense pretty high. Um, and it still has the offenses to go. So even on doubles play, it could be useful. Which you can't really say much about most middle stage evolutions. Where you go, oh well, I prefer to take that over the final form. But you could actually say that about this one. Alakazam, I'm thinking A tier. I don't like the
Yeah,
design as
I think
much. Oh, sorry. I'm not a fan. I prefer the design of Gabra, but
I would put him
Probably above Ninetales.
yeah, go on.
he gets improved stats from Kadabra. He's annoying though because to get him you have to trade.
Yeah, but if you,
So that's downfall.
yeah,
Yeah, his special attack is just insane. So he is definitely just having him through a run through and a playthrough is just out of control. Always when he's worth the effort from trying to get from an Abra to an Alakazam.
yeah, yeah, he'll kill a lot of things. He's glass cannon, but if he gets, you know, he can kill most teams. Unless they resist psychic or resist focus blast or something. He,
Yeah. If you get a couple of calm mines on an Alakazam,
yeah,
then everything's going to start dropping.
And I've used this on a lot of teams for doubles and that, and he always goes well. You know, you can give him Focus Blast, you can give him Shadow Ball, Calm Mind, Recover, Reflect. Obviously, the Spinning Force. Yeah, he goes well. Talking Psychic types, he's probably the thing that most people think of when they think of Psychic.
Yep, definitely for Gen 1, other than Mewtwo.
The Chop, he's okay.
His design is pretty good.
Yeah, he's alright. He's...
What does he get? He gets low kick and karate chop along the way.
Yeah. It's not really much to say. In a lot of ways, Mankey is better than him. But, yeah, I don't know. I prefer his design over Mankey.
Yeah.
Machoke.
I like Machoke's design.
I don't mind the design. Funny thing is, you can do like what you can do with him. Give him an Eviolite, make him a bit tankier. He doesn't have too bad stats, he's just very slow. It's the same problem with the champ, but no guard or guts. Pretty good for Gen 3 onwards in that way, but it's just a monotype fighting type with okay stats.
I think he fits
I think
in.
C tier. I think top of C.
Yeah, I think he fits. I was going to say around Vileplume. Maybe just above Vileplume.
I think he's better than Poliwrath. And
Yeah.
yeah. I think if I had to choose in order here, I prefer to use him over these ones. I did a randomizer race, and start with Machoke. Evolved it to Machamp, and like his crazy 100 attack did pretty well until I evolved to 130 Rock Slide and everything. The champ, I've got to put IRM B tier. I'm going to say top
B
of
tier.
B tier.
I think he's definitely below Kadabra.
Explain.
All Machamp has going for him is his attack.
Well, it's pretty good attack.
Yeah, but it doesn't compare to Kadabra. Especially with his typing. Fighting is just not as useful as Psychic is.
I disagree in later games.
In
if we're
games,
playing Pokemon Emerald, right, he would kill Alakazam's time.
Yeah, but we're talking Gen 1 at the moment.
Well,
so
no, we're talking all gens. This is all
okay.
gens. This isn't just Gen 1. Like, this is even Fire Red and all that. Double Eyes is okay. If you get him in Trick Room, it's okay. He's got Bullet Punch, so you can get priority attack with skill type moves. He can learn Earthquake, Rock Slide, obviously Cross Chop. Oh, and later gens, no, it's definitely top. In fact, I'm thinking 80. Because he gets, what he gets in later games?
What's that?
Well, sorry, I say later games, I mean, I think Gen 4 onwards. He gets the ability No Guard. Oh no, that's Gen 3. Gen 3 gets No Guard, which means he can't miss a single move.
That's not too bad.
So you can give him dynamic punch. You know that move?
Yeah,
50% accuracy, 100 attack, always causes
confusion.
confusion. Well, he's always going to hit that. So you just do dynamic punch, even on a psychic type, and then they get confused and they've got a chance of hitting themselves. Or you use Scone Edge, which is 80% accuracy, and you know you're always going to get 100%.
Yeah,
You can even use Skill Swap with Alakazam. Skill Swap, so then Alakazam's got no guard, and these Focus Blast, which is only 70% accuracy, always going to hit 100%.
mm.
Um,
All right.
all right. All right, let's try and speed this up. Bellsprout, you know, better than better
British.
than
Yeah,
that. You know, like I hate the design of this. That alone, I hate it.
yeah. I don't like the design of any of those three: Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, or Victory Bell. All average.
I hate B tier for Victory Bell.
Yeah.
Unless you've got a different opinion.
No, B tier are probably his stats aren't the greatest, especially for a third evolution.
Surprisingly better than these stats for some reason.
Mm,
Um, Very fast Pokemon. Like he's actually faster than he's 70 speed. No, wait, is he 70 speed? No. Anyway, I just remember him having 20 extra speed over Venusaur. You get the sun up, he doubles his speed, he can be pretty effective, but
mm.
he doesn't have a strong special attack. Um, he's got more physical attack than Veilbloom. He's okay. Solo wise, he does okay.
Yeah.
In Gen 1, he's actually S tier, would you believe?
No, I wouldn't believe it.
You should check some people's times that have gone with him because he gets growth early on and he gets sleep power at level 13. So he just puts things to sleep, does growth, sweeps all teams. But, alright, Tentacle. Out of all the
Tentacle.
water pet ones that you can get, I think he's one of the best just because you're guaranteed to get him.
I
Although
would have.
you need to
I
search
would
to get
have
him.
put Tentacle in D tier.
Explain.
Tentacle to me is the equivalent of Zubat.
But at least
Zubat,
yeah.
Zubat, you're in a cave and you just get Zubats. Tentacle, you're surfing on the water and all you see is annoying tentacles. It's the exact same Pokemon. It's the exact same annoyingness.
Well, if you play out repels, is yeah. The thing is, as soon as you've got repels on, it's not really an issue. But yeah, I can see what you mean. I think it's okay.
Its
Um,
design is pretty ordinary.
yeah, I agree. Just for design alone, we're gonna have to put it down. It's it's still got its usefulness, you know, as a HM user.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't even know a water move when you catch it, does it?
No, I think it's got acid and wrap,
Yeah.
and wrap is very annoying if you're not prepared for it.
It's also super annoying in original blue, red, and yellow.
Try to scroll up.
It was probably the best fix they ever did, changing the way that wrap and constrict work.
Oh, 100%. I'm thinking just below Ninetales. I love the design. Like, Tentacool is just a jellyfish. But nothing to it, right? But Tentacruel, like I love the eyes. I love how they've done that. Um, you know, all the different legs and all that. Really good Pokemon to use regardless. Like, yes, even in Gen 1, it's got the poison type, right? But it's got such high special that it can take a hit from any psychic Pokemon and then punish. Has access to Ice Beam, all the water type moves, Sludge Bomb, I mean, poison types are better in Gen 6 onwards, but defensively it resists grass, so it's only weak to electric and psychic.
Yep. Its defenses are really good with its resistances, and then it does look really cool. Its design, they're based off like a Kraken.
And if I was to say to you, run a mono type water team, he would probably be on it, even in Gen 9. Because he just performs that good in water. Like you would never take, like if I said to you, oh, run a mono type water team, you're never going to take, well, you might take him for Swiss Swim, but he's okay. Like, and you're not going to take him. For Tentacruel, you would take him over Blastoise any time.
Yep.
Geodude. What are your thoughts on that?
Definitely C tier. Its design is okay. It's nothing special. It's pretty much just a rock and they gave it arms.
Yeah. Useful HMs. Can learn Gig, Strength. You catch it early on in that cave, so you don't have to worry about those later on.
It's super slow.
Super
it's really
slow.
tanky though.
4 times weak to water, 4 times weak to grass. Immune to electric. I mean, the funny thing is, I hate the design of this one, Graveler.
Yeah, Graveler's design is pretty average.
Again, the same problems, 4 times weak. Doesn't really add anything, just better stats of Geodude, but I don't know. It's okay. Golem, though.
I like the design of Golem.
Golem, stats are really good. Still slow, which is not good when you're 4 times weak, as we know.
Trick Room team though.
Trick Room team, you got Rock Polish you can use, which which ups your speed stats by 2. It's got Scurry in later games, so it can't be one shot. So even if they use Hydro Pump on you, you'll survive and you'll be able to get your Earthquake off or Rock Polish or whatever else. It's got pretty good stats. The weapon speed, I would say it's, even with the 4 times weakness, it's up there. It can't be more than B tier. The stats are just too weak.
I'd probably move him up to above Sandshrew.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, it's alright. Immune to electric. It's alright. Ponyta. Fire
I like
horse.
the design of Ponyta.
It's okay.
Yeah, you don't get it till late game. Is a Cinnabar that you have to wait to get a Ponyta.
Yeah, and even if you cheat the game and run it, it's better than Growl. We played a game years ago, me and Daryl ended up with Ponyta, and Ponyta smashed the early game, surprisingly. But it drops off fairly quick.
Yeah.
And Rapidash, good speed stat.
I like the design of Rapidash, and it is super fast.
Yeah. Super fast. Mono Fire type.
The downside is its high level evolution is at 42 for Rapidash.
Yeah, but if you play solo with that, it's okay. I've never seen it on doubles. Every time I played, you know, even when I played just the Gen 1 format only, I rarely see this. Like everyone picks this or this over this Firestar, or obviously Charizard. Yeah, I rarely see Rapidash anywhere. It's a very forgotten
Yeah.
Pokemon. Slowpoke. Love the design.
Yep. I love design of Slowpoke.
It's a
Do you know what I do hate about Slowpoke? Its shiny version.
yeah.
It's
Luckily,
so dumb.
if we're judging what's shiny, some of these Pokemon would lose. I hate the shiny of this.
Yeah. The shiny of Slowpoke just doesn't even look like it's shiny.
Problem is the speed stat is kind of It's okay stats. It's a water psychic, which means you've got coverage.
Yep.
Oops.
Yep. Slowbro.
Thinking
I like the
BT.
design. I think it's hilarious that you have to have a Shelder bite on the tail of the Slowpoke to get the Slowbro, and then the Shelder turns into a different color and shape.
Very tanky. Again, the speed stat that we're talking about is really bad. But unlike the champ, it's a lot more tankier. Has really good offense. In later games, it gets regenerator. You can switch it out, switch it back in, get more health that way. It's hilarious design. Strong psychic water.
Yep, definite A tier.
80. If you were up the speed stat, it'd be easy. I don't think we're going to get an S tier. Oh, well, no, we will. We will.
Yeah, we sure will. I've got a few in mind.
I've got one right. I just saw before, but before we get to that, Magnemite.
Its design is okay. Originally, it was just electric before steel was a thing.
Pretty boring when it was just electric.
Yeah.
Skill
When it was
type
just
helps.
electric, it didn't really have much going for it at all, other than when you caught it, it knew Thundershock.
Yeah, true. And it's got mediocre stats. First stage evolution. I should split in C tier somewhere. But skill type helps it. It's definitely better than. It's not better than Vileplume.
Yeah, no.
But Magneton, man. Magneton. Again, it's just free Like, if we're going design, it's okay. If we're going gameplay wise, how it performs, it's probably B tier.
I don't mind its design, but the idea of its design is terrible. It's just 3 Magnemites.
Yeah. Stat wise, it's actually quite strong. It's got 120 special attack, and it's
Yeah.
a mid tier Pokemon. Like, as in, it's got another evolution on top of that. So for a second stage evolution, it's actually one of the strongest. And skill type. You can give it an Eviolite, Terror into, I don't know, ground or something. Yeah.
But definitely before Magnezone was created and before Steel type, it would be a C tier for sure. But
100%.
with those things,
But yeah, I think it's really good. Farfetch, hilarious design.
I hate Farfetch'd.
You don't like the design?
Its design is probably the best part of Farfetch'd, which is
No,
something
no.
because
The best part about Farfetch is it knows both cut and fly.
Yeah, okay. That's the best part of Farfetch. The design is average. It's just a bird holding a leaf. I mean, a leek.
Like, yeah.
Um,
Go trio. Alright design. That's okay. It's a HM user.
yeah, I'd say it's better than Pidgeotto.
It gets drill peck. Yeah. Go trio on the other hand. If
Ooh,
if you
A
had to
tier.
pick a normal
Yeah,
flying type, you go this over
yeah.
him and over where's
I think
Firo?
I put Dodrio
Oh,
just
definitely
below
over Firo.
Slowbro. I reckon A tier for Dodrio.
Really good normal type, very fast, good flying, pretty good flying as well. It's got drill peck. It's got all the different normal moves like body slam and that. Yeah, I don't really have much less to say. If you're going a fast team, you can get this up, put
Yeah,
tailwind, or even just attack with it. I use the choice scarf with this and just roll train.
yeah. And it gets tri attack as well.
Mm. Seal,
I kind of like the design of Seal.
you reckon?
I wish they gave it more color again. It's just white. They could have done some accents or something.
Oh,
You
it's
don't
better
get it
than
until
Cyber.
Seafoam Islands.
I'm gonna put that there. I think it's a C tier Pokemon. It's a mono water type. I always learned
Yeah,
Surf.
they should have dual typed it with ice and water.
Oh, kind of like this one.
Yeah,
It's got better stats than Psyduck, so I'll give it that. Right at the start, your headbutt. It's alright. Um, yeah, just water type.
I really like the design of Dugong.
I don't mind the design. Jugon. It's water ice. Um,
Yep.
yeah, medium fast. It's pretty good. Like ice types, uh, aren't aren't too bad. Offensively, and it's a water ice, so you know it'll go well regardless of the game. If you're running solo, go well. If you're going like a mono type run, of like doubles or something, it can be either water or ice. I mean, you probably prefer Lapras over him,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's all right.
Oh,
Grimer,
Grimer.
yeah,
I do not like Grimer.
he's okay.
I
Design
don't
wise,
like
it's
its
kind of
design.
he looks like a Muppet.
Yeah, I don't like its moves. All I picture is Pound.
He gets some good moves, especially later on, but he's got stats. Um, I don't know, maybe top of D tier. He's better than all these trash.
Yeah,
Mark on the other hand, I think if you're picking he's probably the best mono poison type in Kanto. Except for maybe
mm,
Wheezing. Mm. Yeah, I think
yeah. His design is better than Grimer's, but not too great.
not too great. And he's okay. He's just mono poison, weak to ground and psychic. He's got
Yeah,
sticky hands, so if you put an item on him, they can't knock off the item.
mm,
So in competitive modes, he can be hard to kill. You can just go minimize and doubles and that.
yeah.
He performs okay. Shell
Kinda.
Mono Water. Uh,
I don't mind the design. I think it's funny with the tongue coming out of the shell.
Yeah, it's alright.
As far as a water type, it's pretty average.
Exactly. About average is the best I can say. I'm gonna say B tier for Cloyster.
Yeah,
I think
B tier.
honestly, if we're talking doubles, probably A tier. But talking overall, design's okay. I always love that face it's got there. Um, Ice Warrior, pretty strong. Very low special defense though. So guy's very easy to like electric attacks. Super high defense, 180 I think it is defense. Um, he's got skill link in later on Gen 5.
Mm.
So he can do some real damage.
I think I'd put him below Arcanine, just because
Yeah,
the
true.
Arcanine's pure stats and also
Yeah,
the coolness and design of Arcanine.
I agree. And plus he's also slow like Arc9 in terms of solo play.
Yeah.
Alright. Gasly. Our
I like
first
the design of Ghastly.
our, our first I'm gonna put him I really think Gasly for a first stage, our first stage, uh evolutions performs really well.
Yeah, Hypnosis, Dream Eater, Confuse Ray.
Very fast, very strong. Glass cannon, but hypnosis as well. Can low Fungabolt. Yeah, really good. And again, you wouldn't use this in doubles over Haunter or Gengar, but yeah, talking about. So I'm not going to put him there. Maybe not that high.
I think he slots in above Ninetales.
I think he's definitely 80 though. I Haunter's really good. Later
Yeah,
games, he's still got Levitate, unlike Gengar, which sucks for Gengar. Eviolite doesn't really work for him, like unlike Gabra, but he's still really strong. Most of the games he does okay. Maybe actually B tier, actually, thinking about it. I don't know.
I think he should be A, maybe bottom of A.
Yeah. But Gengar, easy S tier. I can't
Yep,
think of
his
a.
design alone is S tier.
Yeah. I think design wise, he's probably the best looking of the ghost Pokemon. Um, really good Pokemon, man. Like, Gen 1, Poison was a weakness, but later on, Poison's actually a benefit, right? Which is kind of funny, right?
Yeah,
Very fast Pokemon, very strong special attack. I think he's got 110 special attack. Let me just look it
and
up.
his speed and special attack are up there.
So I'll look it up quickly. Gengar. So he's got 60 health, 65 attack, 60 defense, 130 special attack. Didn't realize it was that high. And 110 speed with 75
Yeah,
special defense. So the only thing I will
he is.
say is that there's a new contender in Gen 9 for Ghosts, Flowmane. But he's got the poison type, unlike Flowmane, meaning that he can actually kill Flowmane if I survive the fairy attacks and hit back.
Mm.
Um, regardless of the game, the only problem is some games you have to waste a PP on to try and, because he only starts with ghost moves. But once you get Scarred, man, he's super fast, super strong. Any doubles team will happy to have Gengar. Like if I said to you, Damian, you have to run a team and you have to include Gengar, how upset would you be?
Oh, I wouldn't be upset at all. I love Gengar. The only annoying part of Gengar is you need to trade Haunter to get the Gengar.
True. But if I said to you, like, I'm running a doubles tournament and you have to have Gengar on your team, you'd be like, okay, cool.
Yep, sounds good. Can I have 6 Gengars?
True. So yeah, definitely easy S tier. Our first S tier. Onyx.
Yep, I agree. D tier.
It's got 35 attack. Why?
Yep,
4 times.
stats are abysmal.
I'd rather have Geodude than Onyx. The only saving grace to Onyx versus Geodude is it's got 75 speed. Okay.
Funny part in the anime when the Pikachu takes out the Onix because the sprinklers were going off.
True. The only way Pikachu could ever win. Drowsy.
I hate Drowsy's design.
I don't really like the design either. Just saying overall, it performs okay. Hypnosis.
Yeah, I think it sits around where it is. C tier.
This is also going to be C tier.
I think it's near the top of C tier. Hypno's design gets a bit better.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in Gen 2 onwards, they, most psychic Pokemon, right? They kept their special for special attack and lost it in special defense. He's the opposite. He keeps the special defense, but he loses the special attack.
Yeah.
Meaning he's a mediocre attacker.
Yeah.
So you use him more as a support Pokemon. I mean, solo runs, he's awful. In double bells, he's okay for Trick Room or Baton Pass or something like that. I don't know. He's okay.
Yeah.
He's okay.
Maybe. Yeah, bottom of C tier, I think.
I think he's also in C tier. Maybe up there
Yeah.
somewhere.
I think he can go around Rapidash, maybe.
Yeah. Very slow Pokemon. Also 130 attack, would you believe? But 55 speed, 55 special defense. Very low special attack, I believe. It's okay. A Trick Room team, you can make it work. The high attack would really help. You remember Crabgon that you ended up using last tournament?
Yeah, it's an upgraded version of Kingler.
Well, about the same, except Kingler's only monotype, whereby... But it's the same principle, right? It only works in a Trick Room. Really high attack, so if you hit something, you hit it hard. Otherwise, it's okay. Love the design.
Yeah, the way that you think it's a Pokeball until it opens its eyes.
Better than this design. This is awful design. It's just the same thing, except it's reverse and the eyes are crap.
Yeah.
But it's an okay electric Pokemon.
Yeah, when you catch it, it doesn't even know an electric move. It just knows Sonic Boom.
True. It's a B tier Pokemon. The only thing I'll say is fastest
fast.
stats in the game. 150 speed, I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
But doesn't do anything other than explosion in the early games. So
Yeah, it
team
explodes
format,
really fast.
yeah. So or fungal wave. So you could use it to try and get some fungal waves off and then switch it out, or you could just explode in their face. Yeah, I used it to beat Daryl in the JJ race, so I do remember this. So,
Mm. Yeah, you send it out with a Gengar and use explosion off the bat.
well, no, I won because Super Fasters did Funga. It was all right. Eggs, 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 eggs. Oop, I did not mean to bring it up there.
The design is all right.
It's okay.
You you don't get one in the game until you're in front of Fuchsia City. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, Safari Zone.
Yeah.
It's okay. Performs okay. So grass psychic, so 4 times week to bug, but not that bugs ever. Sorry, I keep going that.
Mm.
Acid Couture.
I like the design of Executor.
I think he
Kind of irritating. He's leaf stone evolution, so you have to have a stone and then
is also slow growth rate, meaning it takes him a lot longer to level up. He's got really good stats, except for special defense. Some reason, we're talking Gen 2. He kept the
yeah.
special one, so he's got 120 special attack. I think he's only got 65 special defense or something like that. This is kind of weird. He's all right. He's either a sun user or a trick room user. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get sun up, you can double his speed. His speed's not that great to begin with, but it's only like 50. So doubling the speed's not that impressive. But
Mm.
you can make him use solar beam or something like that in the sun.
Yeah.
It's all right. Cubone.
I'd put him in C tier. He's pretty average. His design is okay. I feel like it's a Charmander with a bone on its head.
Yeah, lost his mother. The Velour, it's okay.
You don't
Uh,
see it until Lavender Town. Same with Marowak.
Boy, Marowak up here. Um, it's okay. Very low speed, very low special defense. Oh no,
It gets
it's
its.
a special defense.
They tried to make it cool with its unique moves like Boomerang and Bone Club and things like that. But
Well,
it
it's
just never
also got
got
a
there.
special item,
Yeah.
Bone Club, which doubles this attack, which is pretty impressive. But it's an
Mm.
item that you have to equip. Um, Honestly, we're talking about monotype ground. I think Sandslash beats him. Uh, he's he's the slowest out of all three of them. He does okay attack. If he gets his Bone Club, he's got the highest attack out of the three of them. That's about it. Like it's
Yeah.
not. I know. I think I prefer Sandslash over him. Design wise, it's okay. Hitmonlee. I think he beats you for Hitmonlee.
I don't like Hitmonlee's design. I like the moves that
Oops.
Hitmonlee gets. High jump kick, jump kick.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
I think B tier.
I think BT. I think it performs okay. Um, Performance wise, it's a minor fighting type with really high attack, good special defense, 110 special defense, but very low health, high jump kick. I don't know.
Yeah, I prefer to use Hitmonlee over Hitmonchan, but the design of Hitmonchan is better.
I
And then the
know.
utility of Hitmonchan, he gets his Ice Punch, Fire Punch, he gets all the typings of punches.
Now, Hitmonchan in Gen 1 to 3 sucks. Let's just, especially Gen 1. Gen 1, he's F tier for sure. I
Yeah,
almost prefer to use a Weasel over him. He's got all his punches, but he's got 35 special. And the punches rely on the special, which is
yeah,
stupid, right? Gen 4 onwards, all the punches are physical attacks. And he gets the ability Iron Fist, which ups his punches. He's got Mock Punch, so you can hit first. Yeah.
you can
Otherwise,
get
it's
Bullet
just
Punch
another
as
fighting
well.
type. Look at I hate the design. And it's a
Yeah,
mediocre normal
yeah,
type.
and even when they give an evolution, I still hate it.
Well, yeah. I don't think I ever used Licky Tongue. Matt used it in one of his teams, loved it. Every time I use it, I'm like, why am I not using Snorlax?
You know, I don't think I like Lickitung for anything.
Yeah. It's a jack of all trades, a master of none. Wheezing.
Coughing.
Coughing. Sorry. About there. It's okay. It's alright. Minor poison, you know.
Yeah, it's better than Grimer.
Better than Grimer. Now, hear me out. In the games, he's okay. He's got okay stats. In Gen 3 onwards, he's got Levitate. In Gen 8, they give him neutral gas, which means no Pokemon have their abilities. So for that alone, you could have him with a. Do you like Regigigas, Damian?
Regigigas is alright.
Do you like Slack King?
No, I hate slacking because it slacks off every 2 turns.
He
There's nothing
cancels that
worse or
out.
more irritating.
He cancels it out by being on the field.
Yeah, so that's good.
So you put Slack King with him, and Slack King doesn't have his ability true on. So
I feel like it's just more useful to skill swap the slacking onto something else.
yeah, but that requires a turn to skill swap, and then your Pokemon has that ability, right? Whereby you put him with Slack King out on the field, or with Regigigas, they don't have Turon. Which plus he's good support Pokemon. The doubles, you know, he's got Will-O-Wisp, Haze. He's okay.
You didn't take into consideration his design. I'd probably drop him down below the Hitmons because of his design.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not really a fan of the design. But for his utility, the doubles, he's good.
Yeah.
You know, Levitate is good to have for a. That means he's only got one weakness, Psychic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, you know, Psychic's not really even that popular in a lot of gens, so it's okay. Rhyhorn, he's okay. Design,
Yeah, design is okay.
okay. Ground
You don't get it
rock.
till super late game in the games.
He's a ground rock type.
Yeah.
Rhyhorn.
Oh, I like Rhydon's design. Rhydon's design is cool.
I like the design. But if I'm
It
picking a
has
rock
high attack.
really
I
high,
think it's
probably the highest
130,
attack. But
130 or something along those lines.
yeah, I think 120, 130 attack. But it's got slower speed than Golem. Doesn't have
Yeah.
ski. Gets lightning rod or reckless. And he's still got 4 times weakness. The only good thing about him is he's got an evolution. So you can give
Yeah,
him
right.
an Eviolite, which ups his stats slightly. But he's also, this is a medium slow growth rate. This is a slow growth rate, meaning it takes him forever to level up in solo playthroughs. I'm
It's a
actually
shame
picking
because
C.
Rhyperia's design is terrible.
Who?
Rhyperia, when he evolves,
Oh, I hate that design.
it goes from Rhydon, who looks great, to that.
I'd rather just run him just because he looks better. Chansey.
The design's, it's alright. It has the most HP in Gen 1. Was it 250?
Yeah, 250. And it's got 105 special defense. Gen 1, it's actually special. So it's a good special attack in Gen 1 only. Doubles, it's a tank. Competition, it's a tank. You can switch it out. Like if you find someone, like you got a team, you find someone with a lot of special attacks, you put this in, they can't kill it. They just can't kill it. Yeah, unless you got
Especially when you give it soft boiled and say heal and
yeah, kind of the opposite to Koisa in a lot of ways. You know, you could go if you're playing singles team one, you could go him out and say versus him, he can't do anything except explode one chancey. And
you're
then you
about to
just
see a
switch him out.
Pokemon. Yeah, you're about to see a Pokemon that you should make an F tier for.
Who?
Tangela. F. Bottom of F.
Why?
Design is terrible, like one of the worst in the game. In the games, you don't get it until you know Surf and Surf to the bottom of Pallet Town in the grass pack.
Yeah.
It's just a grass type. It's useless. Everything about it. There's no good qualities about Tangela. Its stats are terrible. It doesn't have an evolution until late generations.
Yeah. It's okay. I can't say it's worse than Grimer though.
I'd put it below Metapod. I absolutely hate Tangela.
You really hate the design, don't you?
I hate everything about it.
I could run this in a game and not be frustrated. If I run this in a game, I'd be far more frustrated. Kangaskhan. Now, I ran a Rage Only challenge with Kangaskhan recently. He's good.
I don't mind his design based off the kangaroo.
Yeah, it's just like a fat kangaroo, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
you don't get it till Fuchsia City in the game because you need to go Safari Zone. And then even then, it's rare as all heck. It's the same as Chansey, really.
Yeah. But it, it's medium fast growth rate or medium slow. Pretty strong attack. Really good special defense in Gen 2 onwards. Gen 3, it gets scrappy, which means it can hit ghost types with Fake Out. It's pretty cool. Its Mega Evolution's broken. So yeah, if it was the Mega Evolution, it'd be up here. Otherwise, it's just okay.
Yep.
I got no problem with Kangaskhan. Yeah. Seadra. No mono water type. Horsey.
Yeah, Horsey's pretty average. Can sit around the coughings and the tentacles.
And I think Seadra is also C tier. Another just less user for
I
surf.
think I think I'd put it above Golduck. I'd prefer it over Golduck.
Yeah.
If we were talking Kingdra, then we'd be getting somewhere.
True. Kindra is a lot different story. Another water type.
That
Another
is the
surf
worst water
user.
type. I'd put that in D tier for sure.
But all these we don't really care about. They're just surf users, really. I'm putting him above him for one reason only. It's
Can
got
learn
lightning
Drill.
rod. Meaning it's immune to electric moves. So it's got some. It's got some use. Some use. What?
It learns Horn Drill, so you just use it as a one-hit KO. That's what its use is.
Pretty much. Alright. Another mono water type. This one's a bit better, even scat wise. Misky uses it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this isn't going to be S tier. It's going to be A tier. The reason it's
I'm
not.
not the biggest fan of Starmie based on its. Oh, I think the spinning of its design is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So when it's moving, but when it's not moving, it's alright.
I will say the only reason I put it in S tier is because it's a slow growth rate Pokemon. But honestly, the scats and the move pool are incredible. Gets Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Psychic, Recover, and like really high speed, really high special. You know, it's another Psychic type, you know, in Gen 1. Yeah.
Definitely A tier for utility and that kind of thing. I'd probably put it above Slowbro.
I disagree. At least Slowbro in solo playthrough would probably outperform it.
Yeah, but
And
the
doubles,
design wise and
and
the
doubles is just
utility.
better. Yeah, I guess at least you guess Thunderbolt. So, yeah. Mr. Mime. Another psychic type. Good good scouts, fairy type and later games. So you're playing a Gen 6 one.
I don't know how I feel about its design.
I don't like the design. I hate. We're talking design, it'd be D tier for me. Good screen setter. That's about it.
I think B tier.
Cypher. Love the design.
Yeah, that's a good design.
That's about it.
Yeah, bug Pokemon.
And it's one of the more useless bug Pokemon. It gets Technician later on.
It does get Swords Dance, which is good.
Yeah, it gets Technician, the ability. It gets an Eviolite because it's got the evolution of Scizor. But having 4 times weakness to rock and not having a good defense means you get killed pretty easy with this. It's okay. It's got 105 attack, medium fast Pokemon, and solo playthrough will be okay. Jinx.
That's an F tier design right there.
True. But to me, it's same as Mr. Mime.
Yeah.
Very glad.
It goes below him because it's design.
Well, it's another psychic glass cannon. So it's the same as like Alakazam, except it's ice type. You know. Just not as fast as Alakazam, not as strong as Alakazam. And that's about it, right? You know, Ice Beam, Psychic,
Mm.
super fast. Ultra
I
Buzz,
like the design of Electabuzz.
I do too. It's okay. Performs okay in games.
He's not as good as a Raichu.
No, I would agree. The good thing about his later games is you can give him an Eviolite, and Gubbles, you can make him have Follow Me, so that they have to hit him instead of him. You know, he's okay. Yeah, he's more of a support Pokemon than not. Like running him solo's not that great. Magma,
I don't like the design of Magma.
yeah, I don't really like the design either, but to me, he's like Electrobuzz.
Yeah.
You know, same sort of thing. Like slightly better because I prefer Fire type over like Follow Me Fire type. Makes more sense because he's got Flame Body, whereby he's
I
got
feel like
Snake Body.
with the abundance of fire types in Gen 1, I think he should be lower.
Well, you know, I don't know.
And also, you don't get him till Cinnabar Island as well. He's another one of those.
Yeah, but if you run solo with him, he's okay. He's no Ninetales. It's a bit of an Arcanine in the level up, but just mediocre fire.
I think he should be below Electabuzz because of his design. Yeah.
Pinsir. I like the design of Pinsir.
Yep. Design is good.
Now, Scythe is actually slightly better than him for the level up group. He's unfortunately slow, but he's got really good stats
Yeah, his attack is super high.
and he's got Moxie, which means every kill you get +1. And Gubbles, he can be really effective. I almost beat when I ran that my bug team. I almost beat Daryl, a skill type one, with just him and Heracross.
Yeah.
And all I had was
Heracross.
Moxie with Choice Scarf on him. Not Brick Break, Close Combat. So yeah, I like him, but slow growth rate kind of harms him. Tauros.
The design is okay.
Yeah.
At least they gave him 3 tails
tails
rather than the one. The one tail would have just been real boring.
And Gubbles, he's got Intimidate, which is really effective. Lowers the attack of everyone. He's got pretty good stats, kind of like Persian. He's a slow growth rate, but unlike Persian.
He can learn some good moves, though.
He learns some good moves. He learns Earthquake.
Yeah.
So he can be a real pain to deal with if you see one out on the field. Gubbles.
Yeah, I think he fits in above Persian like that.
Yeah.
Bottom of D tier, yeah.
I like the design. So no. It can't even attack. It like honestly, until you get to level 15, it's like him.
Tackle. At least when he gets up a level, though, he learns Confusion, which is useful.
No, he never learns it.
He doesn't learn Confusion.
You have to teach it by TM.
Well, then by the time he gets to 16 and turns into Kadabra, he learns Confusion.
Yeah. Whereby he has to get to 20 to transform.
Yeah. I like the design of Gyarados.
I'm putting him in S tier. What do you reckon?
Yeah, he's either bottom S or top A, one or the other.
I'm going to argue for S tier for 5 reasons. 1, in a Nuzlocke, he's the best Nuzlocke Pokemon you can ever get. You get Magikarp, you level him up. He's super strong at start, like the strongest Pokemon you have at start. that early stage. But all right, we're not talking Nuzlocke. He's water flying, which means he's immune to ground. Yeah, he's got the 4 times weakness to electricity, right? Super strong stats, like one of the best stats distribution in the game, even to the end. So early to the end. In Gen 1, they give him Dragon Rage for some reason at the start. But the other thing is he's got Intimidate or Moxie. So when you run him in doubles, he's good either way. And then what was the last reason is I love the design.
Do you want to know what my argument for him being top of A and dropping from S?
Yep.
All the pain involved of going through the Magic Cup.
Yeah, but I disagree because the pain's worth it. Well, once you if you get that, you can get that by the time you get to Misty, right?
You can, but I don't know. It just is a lot of pain.
And for doubles competition, you're never going to be unhappy having Gyarados.
Yeah, alright.
Like if you have to make a doubles team, I said you have to have Gengar and Gyarados. You'd be like, sweet. Where do I sign up? Yeah, I love Gyarados. I think he's, super good. Lapras.
I like Lapras. The design is good.
I love the design. You get him in Saffron Sea. He can be a first surf user, strength user. So HM wise is really like if you've been running the game, you always use him. Love the design. Love the fact he's water ice is better than Jugon in that way. Like everything Jugon wishes he was is Lapras, right?
Yeah, Lapras is. I'd put Lapras in A tier.
The only problem with Lapras is the slow growth rate in solo play. He suffers the same as him for the slow growth rate. His stats almost makes up for it though.
Between the stats, the dual typing, the design.
If you were, that'd be speed. Even in doubles, would you use him over anyone else here in doubles?
Not over any of the other A's.
Yeah.
I think maybe top of B.
Yeah, I think he's in B for sure.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Bottom of D.
Ditto is D. I wouldn't say bottom. He's got.
Have you taken consideration of his
solo
design?
play is one of the worst, right? Because he only transforms in the first Pokemon with 5 PP and stats, right? Which is pretty bad, right? Especially if they scale off with a Rhyhorn and later on they've got a Rhygon. But Gen 5 onwards, he gets Imposter and he can be useful in doubles play. That's it.
But if you're looking at his base stats on his own, they're all 40, which is garbage.
No, but base stats don't matter if you got Imposter.
True, but what about his design?
He's a blob with a smiley face.
It's a blob with a smiley face.
That's why I'm leaving him deep. I love the fact he gets Imposter later on. So you could do some really weird strats of having like a Choice Scarf Imposter. So you can switch him in. If you got a Mewtwo, you switch him in. All of a sudden you got a Mewtwo that's got a Choice Scarf. But that's about it. Eevee, love the design.
Yep, S tier design. Probably my favorite design in Gen 1.
But he's just a mediocre
It's,
normal type.
yeah, his stats are average.
Like he's probably worse than PGI. Because he doesn't even have the flying HM.
No.
Actually, he's even less useful than that. He can't learn Gig till later on. He's just a cute Pokemon with okay stats.
Yeah,
That's about it.
his, his evolutions is where he shines.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying S tier. Sorry. No. I mean A tier, man.
I think I would put Vaporeon above Tentacruel.
Yeah, I could see the argument. He's got Water Absorb, which makes him really useful in doubles with Surf users. He's got, a really high HP stats. He's got really good special. He's got mediocre speed, but really good solo playthrough. Pretty good doubles partner.
The
Nothing you can
design's
do.
alright. It's probably the worst of the three evolutions,
I
but
would say he's the second best.
oh really?
I'm going to say Flareon's the worst. Design
I
wise,
think I prefer
Flareon's my favourite.
I think I prefer Flareon to Vaporeon. Jolteon is definitely the top.
Jolteon is the first, I would say almost S tier. Maybe
I would
A.
put him in S tier.
Love the
His
design.
design, yeah, I think his design pushes him into S tier.
Design's really good. Really good speed stat. Like, he's got Volt Absorb so he can heal up. Really good special attack. Uh, the only problem is he's just mono electric. Solo plays, he's usually pretty good, especially if he gets hidden power, water or hidden power, ice or something like that. He can kill it. The only
Yeah,
problem he
he's
suffers is he's just electric.
he's definitely the best electric type that's non-legendary in Gen
I'm
1.
gonna have to say he's A tier though, just because he suffers so much in solo play. Um, can't go wrong with him in doubles. You know. But yeah, I love the design. Poor
You
Flareon.
don't like Flareon's design.
I love Flareon's design,
Oh, you do?
but he's a C tier Pokemon. Maybe B tier. I'll give him B just because love the design so much. 130 attack, 110
Yeah,
special attack, but he's got 65 health, 65 speed. He's got guts as a ability. As a
I think I put him above Sandshrew in B tier.
all right. Yeah, I'll give him that. Just because I love the design so much, I've tried to make it work. He doesn't work well in Trick Room. He doesn't work well in non-Trick Room. He's too slow. Like he's 65 speed, but he's not slow enough. Guts is kind of a weird ability to have. And he doesn't have good moves. Like that's the thing I can say about him and him is that they got good moves. He's got trash moves. Even in the later gens, you're like, give him eruption or something. I don't know. What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, I think he fits well exactly where he is. Porygon.
Porygon. He's a C tier Pokemon. Don't really like the design. It's okay.
I don't like Porygon.
He performs okay.
His stats are terrible. His design is average.
Another water type, but this time it's water rock. It's okay.
Water Rock is pretty good.
I really love.
The design of Omanite is average.
I really love on the mic though as a Pokemon to
Almost
use.
still.
He's got Shell Smash in the later games. He's got really high special attack. Um, Ice Beam. So he can use like Ancient Power. I really like him, but I don't think he's more of a B tier.
Yeah, no.
I love the look as well. He's just
A worse Omanite.
yeah. He's got better stats than him. He at least gets Absorb at start. Kabutos is probably the same as on the Scar. He's just more of a physical. Now he gets Swift Swim, which you can put on. Like make a rain against team. He'll double his speed. He's okay.
I feel like they just copied his design from Scyther.
He looks like an ancient version of Cypher, doesn't he?
Mm.
I don't mind him. I used to love his design as a kid. I ran him on my team. Eragackle. Another one I'm going to say beats here.
Yeah, Rock Line.
Rock Line. Super Glass Cannon. Like, he's got high attack, high speed, but not much else. Yeah. I mean, he hits hard, but he guys like paper. And he's a slow growth rate, unlike these guys.
And in the game, you ain't getting an Aerodactyl anytime soon.
Or not till you get to... Actually, part of me is thinking S tier. Probably the best normal type in Kanto. If we're talking normal types, I think Snorlax is the best.
Yeah, he's the best for sure for the normal types.
Super strong. I just want to see stats because a lot of times he's been banned in competitive play. Would you believe that?
Yes.
You got banned in
Do you
Gen
know-
2. You got banned in Gen 7 for a different reason. In Gen 2, he got banned because of his ridiculous belly drama. Gen 7, he also got banned. But between Gen 1 and Gen 7, right? In Gen 1, he only had a special of 65. But then they split up and they gave him 110 special defense. So 110 attack, 160 health. And so his defense is only being this bad. But you can use Curse to up it because you don't really care about the speed. Like, it's super tanky, man. It's really hard to kill Snorlax. And he hits hard. I've used him in Trick Room teams. I've used him in non-Trick Room teams. Yeah. And I don't know if it's medium fast or medium slow. But yeah, I've never had a problem with Snorlax in any of the games.
What about on a mono run? So only using Snorlax, it would be very slow.
He gets a lot of chip damage, but because of that high HP, I don't think it'd be that much of a problem. And in Gen 1, he gets Amnesia. In Gen 2, he gets Curse and Belly Drum.
But what about if you're doing a solo run with him? It would take a very long time.
For the chip damage. Yeah. I don't know. I think he'd go well in solo runs as well. Because he's only got one weakness, and that's fighting. So depends on the game. I think he struggles in maybe Gen 3 for the fighting types. Or, sorry, Gen 2, sorry. But then, yeah, not sure.
Alright.
Yeah. I, I think it's in Gen 9 though, you could Terra Ghosts as well. I too. Love the design. I think he's a B tier Pokemon.
Do you actually?
Ice is very well. It's slow growth rate, right? Ice is not very good defensively. He's 4 times weak to rock. He's very good offensive. In Gen 2 onwards, skill types are a bit of a pain for him to deal with. In Gen 1, he's an S tier for sure. Like his stats and his move pool. But the later gens, I don't think so.
I would have put him in A tier for his stats and his design.
Why? What do you like about his stats?
Pretty much, he's tanky with his special defense. Fire's not going to get too far through him. He doesn't have the greatest speed as he should because he's one of the legendary birds, but pretty much he has his total stats of 580, which is low for a legendary, but pretty high. So he's definitely better than, say, a bunch of Pokemon on this list, especially in B tier. I think he definitely makes it to the bottom of A.
He gets absolutely slowed by rocks, though.
That's only rock types, though.
True. I will say he made a comeback in Gen 9 since Terras. I don't know. I'll put him top of B. I don't think he's A class material, unlike this one, who's an XS1. Oh, at least I'm saying S. Would you just agree with S tier for Zapdos?
Nope, I'd say Zapdos is S tier.
Ah,
He has huge special attack.
in my
He's
opinion, probably number one.
strength.
No, Gengar's number one.
His design is pretty cool.
Yeah, I love the design. It's like a lightning rod everywhere. He is one of the few Pokemon that every tournament he's at least considered in most teams that he's available in. He's been around since Gen 1 and he still gets used today. Like people still use him in, any competition, whether it be singles or doubles. Got really good speed stat, good special attack, and he's got the flying type, which ignores the ground weakness of electric. Yeah, he gets ice and rock, but who cares? He can be tailwind, sour. Yeah, what's not to love about Zapdos?
Moltres. Worst design of the three birds, I reckon.
I agree. It's okay.
It has the high special attack, same as Zapdos.
Yeah, it's got 120 special attack. I think, not sure what Zapdos' stat. It's got okay speed stat, okay special defense. Problem
It's
is he's
slower than Zapdos, but faster than Articuno.
Yeah, I think I prefer him over like competitive wise. I prefer use him over Articuno most of the time, but I prefer Charizard to use over him. If I'm picking a fire flying, I prefer Charizard over Moltres most of the time.
Yep.
The only time I prefer him is because he's got a higher special attack than Charizard. So I might use like a choice specs with him. Like Tailwind choice specs. But 4 times weak to rock doesn't help. and his design makes him a B tier.
Hmm.
Easy C tier.
I like the design of Dratini.
I do too.
I
Doesn't really
hate
do
catching
much.
Dratini.
Mediocre.
Catching Dratini is terrible.
Yeah, probably worse than most of these others. I would say better. The design wise, I like. Much prefer this design
Dragonair?
though.
Yeah, I like Dragonair's design. I think Dragonair really shines. It can learn a lot of moves. Its design is great.
Can give it an Eviolite, make it really tanky. The only problem is its slow growth rate. Slow play through, it's not that great.
Mm.
And yeah, it's okay. The scats are okay. I'm
Dragonite S
not
tier
putting in
for
S
sure.
tier. I'm not. Sorry.
What? I would say S tier.
All right, tell me why.
So one, its appearance.
I do
Its
love the
design is
design.
amazing.
Yep.
So the design is S tier already. The stats.
Yeah, the
The
scats
stats
are
are
amazing.
out of control. The stats are S tier. The design is S tier.
Now, you want to know my argument?
The moves it can learn are S tier.
Yeah, stream speed, that's pretty good. Now my argument is two things. One, slow growth rate, right? Which hurts some Pokemon, but Pokemon like Zapdos overcome it, right? But 4 times weak to ice.
So you think those two things drop it from S tier all the way down to B tier?
Yeah. I think unless we're talking Gen 9 with the Terras, if you give a Terra normal, it's an easy S tier. Terra normal, Dragonite with extreme speed, easy S tier.
I think if you're going to drop him, you have to put him in A. He is A tier for sure.
All right. I will say I love the design. I love the stats. I'm always rooting for Dragon Knight, even if I don't think he does well. And Lance uses him, so I'll give him that. Can just give me a couple of breaks. I'm just going to pause the video for a second. All right, we're back. All right, we'll finish off quickly. Mewtwo, what do you think?
He's definitely S tier.
Definitely S tier.
I
would
think
say
he's
probably just below Zapdos.
either just below Zapdos or just above Zapdos. I think because he's monotype psychic, he goes below Zapdos.
Yeah, in Gen 3 Emerald and Black and White 1, he suffers a great deal because he can't deal with the dark types.
Yeah.
And he's only got Confusion, Barrier, and that start, so he's got to deplete all his PP, struggle on them. So he suffers in all the solo playthroughs post Kanto. Really good stats, iconic design, okay in Gubbles. Unfortunately, in Gubbles, he's probably the worst legendary, like out of the Uber legendaries. Formats where they allow one. Why would you pick him over Groudon?
Mm.
You just wouldn't. Like, you don't pick Groudon or Kyogre over him, right? Oops.
And his design is really good.
Mew, absolutely love Mew. Design is, okay. Love the fact you can learn every TM and HM in the game.
Yeah.
You can actually glitch red and blue and get him right at the start, like at Cylon C, and you can use him as a HM slave in Gen 1. He's mythical, so he's never really used in doubles format.
Yeah.
But solo playthrough can be pretty fun. He usually just gets like Pound at start and Transform and Metronome. Which
He's a jack of all trades too, master of none.
in saying that, 100 stats and everything. So that's not too bad. Yeah, like most of the jack of all trades that we're talking about, they're like a lot weaker than that. You know. But anyway, yeah, I think he's okay. Maybe 8. No, I'll leave him S tier. Not sure.
Yeah, with 600 total stats, I think he should be an S tier.
Yeah, and unlike Mewtwo, Mewtwo's a slow growth rate Pokemon. I'm going to put him below. I can't put him above Gyarados. He's a medium fast Pokemon, meaning he'll level up way faster. So it'll make up for the lower stats. But yeah, that's our tier list. I'll zoom out a bit. Cool. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed it. Thanks for coming on, Damian.
No worries, thanks for having me.